And now, live and recorded digitally from the Spinning Unrest Studios, it's Live with Johnny. Here's Johnny!
Once again, never going to stop loving that new introduction. Stephen Wayne is a god. Welcome back to the Spinning Unrest Studios for another edition of Live with Johnny. And as you can see, we got a couple of dudes with us. These are the Wing Addicts, and we're going to introduce them in just a second. I'm already excited. I've got so much I want to try to regurgitate out of my face that I just tried to talk to these guys about. But first things first, our sponsor for tonight is somebody you guys, I believe, know well. One of our largest sponsors here on Live with Johnny. But tonight's show is brought to you by, it only makes sense, Tuck's Tavern.
Hey!
So thank you to Peter and Robbie and Matt and Emily and everybody over at Tuck's and the bartender down there. I know she's married. Her name is Amy, but she's a smoke show. And whoever racked that up is lucky.
And those Cajun garlic wings.
Cajun butter.
Cajun butter are dick jerking good.
Yes.
I've heard.
Also, I'm Amy's husband, so
Yes.
that's how lucky she is. Or is she the lucky one or not the lucky one? It doesn't matter. Let's forget about that. Tuck's Tavern, thanks for everything you do for the Live with Johnny program. And without further ado, Tommy, Ryan, the Wing Addicts.
Hey!
Told him when he got out of the truck. Now, have you been watching the videos? First of all, I heard nothing but great things about this guy.
I went through their YouTube
Somebody said
channel.
you were the nicest, biggest teddy bear in the world. So far, so
shucks.
good. Because I met him in the first 13 seconds, he wrapped his arm around me and hugged me like we've known each other for 20 years.
Well, we were drinking bourbon down the street for a little bit.
He's getting all cuddled up.
And it's kind of cold out, you know.
I'm just happy to be here. And if you didn't wear that hat, you and I were going to have trouble because you wear that hat
goes
every
everywhere with me.
every
I
visit.
take showers with that.
That's a trademark, right?
Oh, yeah.
I love that thing.
Before we get into how the Wing Addict started, you said something about he's into really hot shit. He said seven.
So we were
levels
just
of
at a
hell or
Wing
something.
Fest, and I was able to get a bottle of the second place to the hottest wings sauce for that competition.
Yeah.
It's called the 7 Circles of Hell.
Oh, I'm
So
intrigued.
It's got some zing. Now, I felt because since I tasted that one and the Euthanasia, which was number 1,
Euthanasia.
my taste buds
names.
no longer can receive heat because I don't.
You have
taste
like a
it.
right, like
I
you
got
build
a
up an
huge
immunity.
buildup.
Yeah.
But those both sent me for a wild ride. Same with
went
Tommy.
And we brought some for you tonight.
Yeah.
So.
Nice.
I learned one time I fucked up. I made a bet. I made a guarantee or something. I didn't do it, and then I had to make another guarantee. So online, I had to eat. What were those peanuts? They were like
The death nut.
Oh, the
chef.
death nuts. Yeah, those are hot.
Death nuts?
They're pretty.
That's what they would be for me. I'm allergic.
oh Jesus Christ!
They would kill Tommy.
Those would be death
Put
nuts.
those death nuts away. No. There goes our big surprise. We learned that night that not milk, not water, tomatoes.
Tomatoes.
A cherry tomato. Ate it, squished it in my mouth, took all the pain away.
Somebody
guys-
told
did you-
us that, right? Was it Hannah?
Your wife, bro. Your wonderful wife.
Right. Larry said
Hannah.
that.
What the
That's
fuck does
right.
Hannah know? And I only said
She's
that
in the
'cause I
other
just saw
room.
her walk
Well,
by.
I can see that. It's probably because of the acidity and the natural sugars
Yes.
of it.
Yep. That's what
And
it
probably
is.
because like tomatoes are one of the more natural things that has that umami style
Yep.
flavor,
Yep.
which is full bodied and smooth, so it really coats your palate. I could see that. I've never
It
really
was
thought of it
immediate.
that way, but
Yeah,
that's
it was
crazy.
immediate.
Already
relief.
regretting having somebody more intelligent than me on the show.
Well, now you know.
Hey, I'm a chef, so I
learned.
got all the
Are you a chef?
Yeah.
Nice, bro.
Well, they call me Wing Chef Ryan. It's not
Oh,
just a
nice.
name; it's a career.
It's a career. It's a living.
So we're friends, I'm assuming, before Wing Addict starts, you guys? How does just give me what somebody woke up one morning and said, we're gonna do this. How did it start?
I didn't even know Ryan when Wing Addicts started. I didn't even know.
We met one time at like just a get together party for a guys' night that I actually cooked a dinner for, and after that, probably never thought I was going to see Tommy again unless we did another one. And my cousin Donnie, who's the other Wing Addict, unfortunately couldn't be here. I saw him posting up that he was starting a little bit of a wing group with him, and I instantly reached out and said, "You're starting a food reviewing group, and you didn't include your cousin, who is a chef."
Oof.
That does seem like a bit of a mistake.
Oof.
So
Yeah.
Like
Tommy can take it away better than I can.
Well, I'll tell you what. It's couldn't be a more perfect time to tell this story because Wing Addicts started 4 years ago, almost to the day.
Oh, anniversary.
shit.
Nice.
Here's how it started. Ready? Talk about the universe all lined up here. I was at a Super Bowl party watching the Kansas City Chiefs and the San Francisco 49ers.
Oh shit!
4 year 2020. Yeah.
Right? I was
yeah.
at the Super Bowl party, and while I was at the Super Bowl party, I like to watch the halftime commercials. Who doesn't, right? And so there was a commercial with a bunch of celebrities on there, and I was like, this is weird, like all these celebrities, but you couldn't tell what the product was. I was like, what is this? And it turned out it was a commercial for Facebook. Now, when have you ever seen a commercial for Facebook on TV? Never.
Strange. Never.
Never. And I never saw one ever again since. But that one time I saw it, and here's what they were saying. Facebook groups. What do you do? Something that's an interest. Make a group. Do a group. This and that. And do so. The rest on the ride home, I said, you know what? Wings. I've never seen a group about chicken wings. Chicken wing enthusiasts.
Fucking
Let's make
brilliant.
one. I called up my friend Donnie, who's wing chef. I mean. It's his cousin. We call him Donnie the Cleaner now because he picks up a wing and just goes and cleans it right up. But Donnie the Cleaner had 4 nights earlier invited me to a group on Facebook called Pizzaholics.
Somebody invited me to that too.
I follow Pizza Hall.
And I was watching how fast they were growing, and I said, shit, we need to make one for wings. And I said, Wing Addicts. Pizzaholics? I said, Wing Addicts. And so here was the crazy part. I called Don. I asked him if he wanted to do something. He said, hell yeah. And then this was the part. I mean, this stuff doesn't happen in real life. Wingaddicts.com. Available. Wing Addicts on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. No such thing. Google Wing Addicts. Nothing.
And this was in 2020. Those were available.
4 years
That's
ago.
one of
Right
them.
now.
That's hard to
So
believe.
we said, you
man.
know what? The universe wants us in. So
Holy
we did it.
shit.
And
that would be enough for me.
4 years, guys.
That's
4 years.
fantastic.
Good for you, man.
And you guys, I've learned to like other wings because of your guys' show. And then I used to just be a straight up Buffalo guy, like I'm not. But we'll get into that.
Most people are.
I have a couple
Yeah.
of things that I hate that we're gonna do. Not that I hate, but I can't believe that people eat them as wings. But we'll
Yeah.
talk about that in a
Uh-huh.
second.
We will.
But that's a great story. We wish Donnie was here, but he's not here. Where are you guys from?
I live in Southbury.
All right.
Southington.
No, very nice.
Donnie's in Southbury also. He's my neighbor.
I went to Pump Rock High School.
Did you
Class
really?
88. I lived in Middlebury, but we had to commute.
Class
Class
88.
88.
You are
Class
so
88,
old,
bro.
man.
You know Chris McAllister?
I do know Chris McAllister.
Good friend of mine.
Chris
He was
McAllister, call
great
in. Tell
friend.
us what a Dick Kirk was.
He was either 1 year behind me or he was right near me. He was there with me. Yeah, he's a good guy. Good
That's
guy.
fantastic.
Great guy.
He's fan. Small world,
I forgot
John.
how old you are. So
There we go.
quickly, what is your favorite flavor of wing? Just so to bring you to the rest of the show. It's Desert Island, guys. One. That's all you got. You get the one flavor the rest of your life.
What I love is the fact that it doesn't seem like either of them has one, and they have to think about
They
it.
do.
Which I
Oh
like.
my God! Can you change your mind later? It's like
how many
you're on an
flavors we had
island?
now?
You only get one flavor for the
ginger
rest of your
man,
life.
ginger man.
Yeah, well,
It's not gonna be Mrs. Howell.
You
listen,
never know.
older women are like fine wine, my friend.
You know what? Honestly, we've had
Sorbeline oil.
we've had 756 different flavors of wings.
Jesus Christ.
Different, unique flavors.
Yes.
700.
756 different ones. You know what?
crazy.
I love jerk wings. I love Jamaica. I love jerk wings. I love different variations of a jerk wing. Sometimes they're hot, sometimes they're sweet. The Scotch bonnets. I like mixtures with a jerk buffalo or a jerk. You know, there's all cool kinds of things you can do. I think jerk is kind of my. If I had
That's
to
a
have
good
a
call.
favorite, it would be that.
That's a good call.
He's definitely a jerk.
I am.
Listen, you set
I'm
it
not
up.
a
All you
bum.
did- He set it up. All you
Sure.
did was knock it down.
See, now for me, for like being a chef, to break apart the different flavors that we've had collectively. I mean, I am a Buffalo OG guy, and I love them.
Mm-hmm.
But trying all these different flavors, I don't know, to pick one to live on for the rest of my life.
Mm-hmm.
I believe the fifth.
can't do it.
You're gonna take,
I'd
you're
have
gonna
to
take a
say
fifth.
one of my flavors I actually made at home one time. I was just bored and I was trying to toy around with wings, and I made this orange ginger marmalade wing. So it was like a sweet chili wing with a little spice, but I made it with orange marmalade as the base. Lots of ginger. I actually brought it and cooked them in Donnie's garage during COVID, and these guys had them. It was one of my top flavors I ever made myself.
That sounds intense.
Now, if I got to pick one at a restaurant, for some reason, I just always go back to it at Dewdrop Inn, the BLT ranch wings, just because they're insane. It's literally wings tossed in ranch with like 2 handfuls of bacon, diced tomatoes, and shredded lettuce. So it's
That's what
like
we should have had like the
salad.
Homer Simpson soundbite. We go,
What's yours, John? I mean, you asked them. What's yours?
my go-to that I've eaten 1,000 of them in the last 4 years myself is the Cajun butters at Tux. I can't stop eating
Cajun
them.
butter.
Cajun
cannot-
butter is a solid
That's
flavor.
That's a
It's
solid-
got to have a lot of Cajun though, because
Yeah.
otherwise I don't taste it as much.
Yeah,
Right.
I can't, and I can't stop. Like
Yeah.
I'm trying to lose a little bit of weight, and my wife would like, "Do you like a side salad?" I'm like, "Well, like 6
little
wings on
salad.
this. If you put the lettuce on
I
the
hate to
wings-
lose
Yeah,
anything, you know.
Get your wings.
It's
I'll put
even
them on
way-
top of the salad.
What are yours?
It sounds strange, but there's a place that you guys might frown upon them, but there's a place called Wing It On. Familiar with Wing It On?
Not only do I
Of
not
course.
frown upon it, I
Do you
know-
like Wing It On?
We love Wing It
Matt
On.
and Sarah, who started it. We know all about Matt.
They got a mango habanero, which I love, but they do this thing called red, white, and blue, where they toss in the blue cheese.
those
right?
phenomenal.
Yep.
Phenomenal. We've had it,
Unbelievable.
and you know what? Here's the thing about a Wing It On. We don't normally like in heaven. All the wing joints are dive bars,
Right.
right? Not takeout.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not not the little fast foody kind of places. Which
Right.
Wing It On is. It's a
Yeah.
fast food. It's not a bar. You can't get in there and have a beer and sit down and watch TV.
Right.
But as far as takeout wings, fast food wings go, I think Wing It On is the best we've ever had.
Yeah.
Better than
They are, and we
I
better
gotta
than
agree.
Wingstop.
We
I
just
gotta
had one
agree
there,
with
the
them.
Lava Berry Pop Rocks. It was like a sriracha sweet dry rub on them.
Pop Rocks.
And they put little bags of Pop Rocks. It was like strawberry and watermelon Pop Rocks on them. So when you're eating the wing, it's spicy, it's sweet, and then you got the crackling of the Pop Rocks. It was
crazy.
insane.
Yeah.
I love this
absolutely
country.
fucking
It's
bomb.
an amazing country.
Well,
You know
that's
what?
why I said-
That's why they meant. That's what free will was meant for. Just do whatever the fuck you want with it. What do you want? You want to put some fucking? You want to put like vodka and fucking lemonade on a wing? Do it.
I think someone's probably tried it, maybe. We've
Listen.
had Hennessy wings that were amazing.
We did mention that this episode is sponsored by Tux Tavern, but do drop and Wing It On. We've said some nice things. We do have paid sponsorships. Get in touch. Just throwing that out there. So I was going to ask you today. You posted blondes, brunettes, and that thing on it, but then you said the jerk, but then you said a variant, and I'm like, what the hell's a variant wing? But then you
variant.
did just
Yeah.
explain it. Where's the best jerk wings? Go ahead.
You know what? I don't even think about it.
Yeah, that's all right. Take your
You
time.
know,
My favorite jerk wing, you're thinking it probably too. CJ Sparrow.
I was just gonna say that.
in Cheshire is the best.
CJ
jerk
Sparrows
wing
has a
I've had.
really
In
good
Cheshire?
jerk wing.
Yeah,
I think I know that place.
I
I've
just-
never been there, but I
it's
should.
on our Mount Crushmore.
And it also depends on what you're looking for a jerk. You looking for a barbecue jerk? You looking for a regular dusted jerk, dry rub? Or are you looking for a jerk butter? It's
And I've heard a lot about the Dewdrop. Is it really that good?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
100 and
Oh, yeah.
37 flavors or something like that. on this
Yeah,
menu?
I've been there.
Yeah, have you been there?
Yes.
Dewdrop's at the top of the mountain. No question about it.
I have they had a maple bacon one time I had there, and then they had their garlic parmesan was probably one of the best ever. I
Garlic parm is a
Like,
solid.
I
I
was
was
with
the
a
garlic
group-
bread wings.
yeah. I was with a group of people, and I was like doing one of these. So like fucking, and when I was at my fattest years ago, and I was just like fucking, get out of here. Like I think I housed like 40 wings to my dome that night, and it was.
He creates some crazy ones. I mean, he had one that was like a maple bacon cheddar one, and it's wings tossed in barbecue, covered in bacon, covered in cheddar cheese, and then popped under the broiler to melt the cheese over them.
I love that when dudes get creative like that because there's no boundaries,
Yeah,
right?
no.
Well, you know
Try
what?
it.
That's what we think. That's why we get so
Try it.
excited about what we do. Yeah, you know what? I love buffalo wings. I love the buffalo. Most people like the basic buffalo wing, but you know what? Stretch it. Like Ryan says in one of our intros, the wing is a blank canvas.
Yeah.
And
Possibilities are endless.
I agree.
it's the new thing to do. I was saying, I can't remember, not too long ago, you go to a chicken restaurant, you go to any Italian restaurant and you see the chicken dishes and you're looking at, chicken scarpiello, chicken marsala, chicken, and all the different chickens. But how come nobody has wings on it?
Yeah.
How come you don't see a chicken parmesan wing? Well, you know what? There's a couple places who do have it. But then we finally got chicken scarpiello. We finally found a scarpiello.
Oh, Scarpiello wing is so good.
oh,
Cherry peppers and and onions.
What's
and
better than
lemons.
this?
I'm getting a little excited. Right? I'm not gonna lie. I'm getting aroused.
Check Kirk's Instagram tomorrow. He's gonna be at lunch with like a pile of wings.
Well, we even just had a wing the other day at that festival. It was an Italian combo wing. It was wings
Holy
tossed in like
fuck.
a creamy Italian dressing with chopped up salami, capicola, ham,
I'm fucking
lettuce,
legitly-
and
I'm
roasted
legit
peppers.
turned on right now.
That's right on our Instagram from the other
Yeah.
day. If you can
Oh
pull
my
that
God.
up, you'll see it. So one of our latest Instagram pops. That was
Jesus.
ridiculous.
Like just when
that
I
won
think
the whole
I've
show,
gone to
by
a
the way.
crazy level with a wing, when I make one at home, another place like blows me out of the water with something they thought of that I never would have thought of.
Yeah, that one.
And the open canvas thing, the people being creative with it, I love it. But there is a lot to be said for me anyway. Like
What do you
everyone's.
hate? You said you hate
I'll
something.
get there. but
Okay.
I have one
straight
I
up-
hate
the
too.
straight up buffalo and blue cheese taste for me.
Yeah.
I just every once in a while I like to kick it old school and go at it. I'm going to tell you what's gross, and I'm going to tell you what I don't understand it. And you guys, it's most certainly an unpopular opinion.
Dessert wings.
I had never had one of those, so I couldn't tell you. But
Oh, they're amazing.
for the life of me, peanut butter and jelly wings have no place on this earth.
Is that like a Hawaiian pizza for you? Is it like in that realm? Like just don't do it.
Just I can't. I tried it. I can't. Peanut butter and chicken. I can't do
Now,
it.
did you have it just as like a basic peanut butter? Because I've gone to places where it's been like a habanero strawberry jam with like a Thai peanut sauce. So now it's a whole
Different,
different
yeah.
combination of that Asian
Yeah,
flair.
I don't want to say the place because I don't like to shit talk the places. But it's a place,
Not naming names.
It's a place in the valley, down towards
Was it Archie
the
Moore's?
Fairfield
Oh
way.
no, they closed. Right?
And they had peanut butter and jelly, and they had peanut butter and fluff. And I tried them because I don't know if you guys know this, but this whole show started back in my apartment during COVID with me making peanut butter and fluff sandwiches live on Facebook.
Humble beginnings.
Nice.
I
fucking
love
story.
peanut butter and fluff sandwiches.
I ate 63 fluffernutters in like 40 days online. Yeah, it wasn't great. But
I'm going to let you hate on that because I'm allergic to peanuts and
Yeah.
I would never eat one, and it sounds disgusting to me.
It's-
But people love it.
yeah.
my
At least
wife
his peanut butter cup.
my
wings
wife
were a
like
thing.
things she eats, she's always like like if she it might taste good, but the consistency. And I'm going to steal this from her because the consistency for me was when I bit into it, the sticky peanut butter and then like the wet chick. I don't know. People who
No,
are
I
doing these
definitely
things.
understand where you're coming from because if it's a basic peanut butter flavor for me, it's not going to do it for me. Peanut butter to that on a wing is bland unless it's heavily salted with a huge amount of great flavor and a little bit of heat. But we've had some dessert wings that were phenomenal. One that wasn't even a dessert wing, we didn't even expect it to be the way it was. Chocolate habanero.
I knew you were going to say that.
We thought it was going to be actually the chocolate habanero, which is a breed of the pepper turned into a sauce. But it was like Baker's dark chocolate with habaneros in it tossed on wings. So it had that chocolate bitterness with heat. And it looks like you coated the wings in mud or tar.
They
but
look like a
were-
pile of dog crap, and you would never think that's going to
was
work.
so
You would
good.
say that doesn't belong near a chicken.
And it worked.
Insanely
It was
Like,
so good.
I'm thinking of
It was so
insane.
good.
It was hot,
You
too.
but here's the thing: a normal person wouldn't go into a restaurant and I want wings today and look at the menu and order those.
Right.
That's a
You-
tough sell.
That's a group
Yeah.
thing. You order
What-
with your buddies.
Right.
One of the things
right.
that's great about us is there's three of us, and when we go into a restaurant, we order like 6 to 8 different plates of wings with all different flavors, so we can try. But don't like this one. Don't like. Oh, love this one. So if you're alone, my advice to anybody who wants to try new flavors and you're alone, go to a place, get your favorite one, and just get another dish of another one. Even though I
But
know
if you're
it's
going
good.
out with your friends, and
get a
wanna
paper
try
route if
something
you need
new,
the extra
Go to a
one.
place and give you
I know the
They
wings
still
are
got those?
the new caviar. We know that.
I could, if allowed, I could eat wings all day, every day. That brings me to my next question of something I disliked. Now, you've been to a ton of places, ton of videos. Have you ever said, all right, tonight we're going, you don't have to tell me the place because we're not going to do that, but have
Yeah.
you ever said, we're going to, so-and-so's bar and grill, and then it was just a total dud, like, oh, fuck, we can't even put this video out. Like, these wings are horrible.
I've
Or
always,
maybe not horrible, but like, I can't even
That's where we always kind of say we don't rate, we don't hate, we just appreciate what the kitchens are putting out and the chefs that are putting out a great product. But I'll openly say for me, I don't try to ever bash any place when we film. But if you watch our YouTube videos, the moments where I don't say a lot or describe the flavor too much to you are kind of my personal hints of me just keeping quiet. Because
Right.
I'm always said, if you don't have anything nice to say,
Don't
don't
say
say anything
anything.
at all.
That's it.
when you go from like bite to, oh, that's good, oh my God, and then to bite and go, yeah, not bad.
Well, you know what's interesting the average chicken wing person doesn't understand is that, and we know this now because we've been to so many places. We know when it's a frozen wing. We know when it was frozen.
Oh, you gotta know.
we
right?
also
Yeah.
know when the sauce came out of a bottle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta know.
We know. But so it's the places that care about the product, that make their own sauces in house. Yeah, you can use Frank's Red Hot, as a base to put other things with it. But some places just put Frank's Red Hot.
They just use the Frank's. They'll just use the
I've been-
Frank's Buffalo.
yes, I
to
guess.
make
Sweet
it on the
Baby
count.
Ray's, you can look in the kitchen, you see Sweet Baby Ray's,
Yes,
mango
yeah.
habanero,
Yep.
and they just dump it. And we know.
Yep.
So we don't hate the wings because I love Sweet Baby Ray's.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't go back to that restaurant and get them because I can make them at home like that.
Yeah, that's right. The only place I will bash, and they're never going to be a sponsor, Buffalo Wild Wings, man.
Yeah.
Absolutely
I will bash them, too.
horrendous.
Yeah.
They have some good flavors, but they're really like their wings are just
They're
way overpriced and trash. They're so
They're
tiny.
scrawny, dude. They're like this big, bro. It's like $1 something
I
each.
just 6 months, 8 months ago, my son Jojo and I sat down. I got garlic parmesan because I wanted garlic parmesan.
Dry.
Oh my gosh!
So dry.
Oh my!
I already knew where you were going. If I want garlic
Four
parm, I
club
want
sodas
butter.
and a Gatorade later, I still couldn't lift the roof of my
Johnny,
mouth.
you know why? Here's why. Here's why. And
Horrendous.
it's really easy to understand. You go to Tuck's Tavern, the owners are in the kitchen and they care about the product. They're watching you eat it, and it's got to be top notch. You go to
right.
Buffalo Wild Wings, they're a bunch of teenagers that don't give
Yeah.
a shit. They just want to get their minimum wage and go home.
Fry them, toss them, serve them. That's it.
They
Some
don't
junior
care.
at Holy Cross making $14
It's the
an
truth.
hour.
It's
Yeah, I
the
got
truth.
you.
It's that somebody does own the place, but it's not like Buffalo Wild Wings owns them all. There's somebody bought it and owns it, and it's a restaurant, and they care.
Yeah.
But the love is not there. It's just
Yeah.
mass production, and
Yep.
that's why we don't really. I mean, look, Hooters makes great wings.
They do.
Hooters gets a bad rap.
They
Hooters
do.
has
And
great.
we were
same thing,
recently,
though.
and they had good wings.
They have
Yeah.
good wings.
It's
Yep, I agree.
it's also a franchise. There's franchises that do it right. But yeah, the Buffalo Wild Wings and the Wing Stops of the world, it's just a bunch of lazy
Wingstop's the
kids.
worst.
And look,
Wingstop.
my apologies if you're one of the kids
We-
who works
we-
there and you're not lazy.
He and I used to work together, and we got Wingstop one time. I swear to God, if 6 of us ate it, 3 of us got sick.
Yeah, it was not.
bad. It was bad.
It was not good.
I never understand the craze with wings. I mean, I get it. The younger generation loves it because it's quick.
yeah.
It's easy.
Yeah.
When
And
you're
for
in college,
some reason,
you're
they're
drunk, you're driving
obsessed
home
Yeah.
with their ranch.
illegally.
Yeah.
They just want a gallon of it until they
Again?
submerge their hand in it.
For the 3rd time this week, and it's only Wednesday.
So no ranch.
I like ranch. It depends. See, when people always say blue cheese or ranch, I say depends on the wing.
That's
if
a good
I'm eating
point.
barbecue, I want ranch. If I'm eating
That's a good
buffalo or
point.
a hot wing, I want blue cheese. If it's a sweeter hot wing, I need nothing.
You stole one of my questions because I need to know.
Okay.
I think 2 things. I'll give you my first for another opinion. People who eat regular just buffalo wings with ranch don't even deserve to
They're
have the wings.
sociopaths.
They don't deserve to have the wings. Right? They should be kicked out of your fucking you shouldn't even you shouldn't even ask them ranch or buffalo. They should just be given buffalo. And it's like Louis' lunch. If you ask that dude for ketchup,
Ugh.
fuck out of my building.
I'm gonna slap you.
No
in the
soup
face.
for you.
Yeah.
That's
No soup for you.
Soup
Get
Nazi.
out of my building.
No, it's true. It's an interesting thing. I love, like you said earlier, I too love the combination of buffalo sauce and blue cheese. I put it on rice. I mix. I put it on everything. Macaroni.
Dude,
I love it.
It's
one
like
of my favorite flavors.
It's
But when we eat wings,
amazing.
I seldom ever dip it in any. I seldom. go
I
for the blue
respect
cheese
that
or
too
the-
because then like you guys are there to taste what's happening on
Right
the
on.
wing.
That's
Taste
the
the
other
wing.
thing. Is the blue cheese homemade? We can tell if it's Cane's, if it's Ken's, if it's like Kraft or something.
We know.
And we do the funny thing where we kind of, if it looks like a good homemade one, where it's nice and thick, the blizzard test where we'll flip the cup upside down and does it drip out or not?
Don't tell my wife this, but the other night she fell asleep and she brought some blue cheese home from Tux. I fucking ate it with a spoon. I had nothing else to eat it with.
Dude, I'll eat it straight. I'll eat it straight.
Speaking of which, if you've happened to click in to watch this for a second, or anybody at Tux or whatever, 6 Cajun butters on the way home.
They're
tonight.
dick
She's
jerking
working.
good.
And some of
That'd
those
be-
buffalo
all this
blues.
wing, all
Yeah,
this,
Buffalo Blues.
yeah, all this wing talk has got me going. So, Amy, if you check in or anybody's at Tux right now, let her know, please. Charlotte Dubale Adams. You know Charlotte
I
Dubale
do know
Adams?
Charlotte.
I've known her since I was 10 years old.
Oh, she poking in right now?
She just said, "Hey, Tommy. Hey, Johnny."
What's up?
That's kind of small.
Sure,
Brian
that's
Chuck said hi
Of
too.
course he did with the double gun
I
salute.
didn't know we were live and we could get people to.
We are
poke in.
live, man. We're
Oh,
ready to
man.
go. Charlotte's got a great little place too, the Rustic Charm. She does some great stuff with old
Amazing.
furniture, and she's just a great human being.
Nice.
Rustic Charm, if you're listening, we have sponsorships available. Oh, just kidding.
Pay us.
I'm going to make another unpopular statement. I think maybe boneless wings are for toddlers.
They don't
not men.
exist.
There's no such
Saucy
thing.
nugs,
That's a piece of chicken.
chicken nuggets.
It's It's a chicken nugget.
Yeah,
Saucy nugs.
it's got to be on the bone, right?
Hashtag saucy nugs.
And don't you dare clip that when I say it's got to be on the
No,
bone.
I was just hoping that you have a question about drumsticks or flats and what they prefer. Because if not, you should sneak.
I
that
do, but
question.
you snuck
Okay.
it in. So, no. You brought it up. Ask the
It's
gentleman.
important.
Ask the gentleman.
Flats or drums? You have to pick one on the island with your flavor.
Because you know my
I can
answer.
easely pick it. I always go for the flats.
Are you a flat guy?
I'm a flat guy.
Really? I would have guessed drums. For
Not at
him.
Hooters.
Gotcha.
Do you guys know Ken stuff?
Flat too?
Yeah. Great friend of mine.
Are you a drum guy?
No, I like chicken.
Oh, so you get. But if you had to though.
If I had to, just because it's the funny is I like flats. I do love them because they're usually the more tender of the chicken. Now,
Yes.
here's what I'll break it down as a chef. When it comes to a flat, the meat is more tender.
Yes.
It's more dominant. It's easier to slit off the bone to enjoy. The cartilage is nice and crispy. Whereas on a drum, it's a fatter end of cartilage. It's a more worked muscle of the chicken, so it is a little more dense. But there's usually more meat on the drum often.
Right. That's why I'm a drum
So
guy.
I like drums. I do
a drum
prefer
guy. You're
drums
very
over flats
passionate
if I
about it,
had
by
to
the
break
way.
it down. You maybe say it all these years we've been doing this, I always say just chicken. I'm never going to stick aside, but I do like drums
Yeah.
over flats. Now, if they're brined, a drum can be tender, delicious, and you can eat the cartilage like it's popcorn.
Yeah, it just dissolves, right?
Yep.
I love
still
that.
do.
But when he's with me, he has to eat the drums because
Well, they get,
scarf those
they
flats
get
right
mad
up.
at me because when
Grab
we're
'em.
filming like a flavor video, I'll eat my drums first, and then my flats are left in the bowl. And if they go to touch my flats, I'll smack their hands. I do it on purpose. Like, yeah, see that flat? That's not yours. The drum's yours. You
Ken,
enjoy that
Ken who
last.
listens all the time, and you know Ken, that dude, he's like passionate about flats too. Like
Yeah.
I don't give a shit either way. And my wife is the same way. But
No, I'll eat everything too. It's just if
Yeah.
I had to pick one, I would
Yeah.
eat drum. But I'm
I
totally no bias.
I will clean a wing. Like I will sit there and I chew every.
Do you?
You only get the bones from me.
Nice.
I fucking.
Now, I was gonna ask them too. Do you have a flat technique? Like, how do you eat a flat?
I'm gonna tell you how
A flat out technique of how you eat flats.
How's the flat
I
technique?
take it by the skinny end, right? I
Yep.
dunk her in a blue cheese. I put her in my mouth, but I twist it.
Yeah.
So then the bones come apart, and then I suck the one. Oh, now you clip any of this, I'm gonna fucking
I,
kill you.
hang on.
I-
hang on. I need a moment alone to just think for a
I
second.
suck on that bone.
Listen,
I'm going to start drooling here in a second.
gas money is gas money.
Golf ball through a garden hose.
Fucking hey, you know my sister? Fucking, and then I twist her and I get it up, and then I go back to
Bet
the
you
other one
did,
and I
yeah.
fucking snap it. I fucking
Get it.
You get the. Back in the day when I worked at WPLR, there was a guy, God rest his soul, by the name of Sam Tellery. His name was Sam T. He ran all the promotions down there. We went to a place called Side Street Cafe in Hamden. I don't know if you guys
Yeah,
ever heard of that.
Yeah,
Great
wings.
spot.
Yeah. Screaming demon.
Yes, sir.
I, to this day, have never seen he dunks it in blue cheese, first of all, which was all the blue cheese. The wing's like this big. He dunks it. He had blue cheese up to his hand.
It
he
was a
goes-
bottomless pit of blue cheese.
Without even, he's just like looking at me. We're like mid-conversation. He puts it in his mouth.
Stairs locks on
And
it.
he's somehow still talking to me, shoves it to the side of his mouth, still talking, comes out,
Bones.
absolute, look, prehistoric dinosaur bone that's been cleaned
So
up.
he did something in his mouth with the bone,
Holy-
like he disconnected
All
it.
his
and-
wife's got to be the happiest
I was
lady in the
just gonna
country.
say, his wife must appreciate that.
Yeah, that's Donnie the cleaner too. There's
Fucking
techniques, you know.
A,
There's,
man.
There's techniques
I've
for
seen
cleaning wings.
like endless amounts of techniques, and I mean it's crazy.
Will you eat the knuckles and the cartilage? Like, you go in and...
Oh yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
If they're cooked right, it's
Yeah.
crispy. Especially
Not me.
on a smoked wing, though. If you get a good smoked wing,
And it's
that
all, like,
cartilage, I
broken
always say it,
down.
it's crispy and smoky, and it just tastes like crispy bacon.
Oh, I'll eat all that.
Todd Henry just said, "Is a boneless wing really a wing?" No, Todd, we
not.
agree with you.
No,
There's no such thing as a boneless.
Todd
wing.
Henry, I don't know if you guys know him. He does good things. On the flip side, Chicken Wagon. You got his chicken and burgers that he does on the
Nice.
flip side. Holy shit, his sliders banging, and tater tots.
tater tots.
Again, if anybody's a tux and you're telling Amy you're listening right now, 6 Cajun butters, 6
You
adobo
never
butters,
get old
whatever
enough
you
for
got.
tater tots. Tater tots are so good.
No, I could do tater tots all day, every day. All right, somebody put up there today that they're going to get a lot of shit for saying that their favorite wing is a dry rub wing. Do people really hate against dry rub
Actually-
because it doesn't have some special sauce to it?
Never really a big fan of dry rubs.
Me neither.
Tommy was the same. Actually, when we first started, garlic parm was like your least favorite, but we've come across some great ones. As long as there's plenty of butter and garlic in there. I mean, it's a good garlic parm.
I can eat butter and garlic on its own.
But for a dry rub, like,
Together.
I've always found that a dry rub, just tossed on a wing, it doesn't stick enough unless you do something to make it stick. So if it's like a dry rub that has a sugar in it, like a nice smoky barbecue dry rub with brown sugar in there, it's going to melt on your wing if it's hot enough. Now, if it's a Cajun, how you said you like the Cajun butter, I still consider that a dry rub when you melt the butter on it and then dust it with the Cajun. But I always prefer if a place puts them then on the plate, dust it one more time, just to give me that little bit of extra salt factor. Because sometimes dry rubs don't have enough salt in them, so you don't get enough flavor. And if your wings are not seasoned properly beforehand of frying, where they're brined, seasoned, cured, however you want to do them, they're not going to have that great appeal. So if there's not enough dry rub, it just tastes like chicken with some sand on it.
It sounds exactly the way our sponsor tonight, Tux, does it. They got a Cajun dry rub, man. Holy shit. There's a couple other places too, but they don't pay me to talk about them. So, but you can hit up Live with Johnny.
We know everything about them. we know their secret techniques.
Better
We're not
high
allowed to
school
tell.
Oh yes.
Keep it a secret.
I had to bring up something for you tonight. We'll
All
get
right.
off the wing subject. You used to write for the Newtown Bee.
I did.
Is
That was
correct?
the sports editor there
Can
for
you
10
believe
years.
it?
You wrote an article about the Libby sisters. Do you remember that?
I do know the ladies,
So-
the whole family very well.
Rob DiFilippo was asking, better basketball player, Katie or Kara Liddy?
And that's Rob is married to one of them, right?
He's married to Kara.
He's married to Kara. Kara is a sweetheart, and I love her, and she was an amazing human being, but Katie was better.
See what you started,
And
big.
Kara knows that.
See what you did, handsome Rob.
Katie was a star. She was a big star.
Handsome Rob just started a Liddy Ward. No, that whole family's athletically magical.
great
Their
humans.
kids, everybody. Oh,
Love
they're
'em.
Katie's husband, Chris, was in here with Benny from the Lone Gnomes. They're in the Alpaca Gnomes. You ever hear that band?
Yeah.
They were in here live in studio. Holy
I didn't
shit,
know
man.
that.
Yeah. We, every once in a while, we entertain people. Not all the time. But, you know,
Mostly ourselves.
mostly ourselves. Mostly absolutely
Mostly
ourselves.
Cameras off, hopefully.
So the Super Bowl's coming up. The whole reason I want... Remember I told you about...
They sneak them in, dude.
Remember I told you about that video editing job?
Hey,
I noticed the soundproof walls.
Love you too, Brian. Fucking Brian, all those Axl Rose. Every fucking post he's got to make fun of Axl Rose. I'm gonna knock him the fuck out.
You're gonna knock
I
him
love
out.
him to death. Well, first of all,
He might
he's
be able
7
to
feet
knock
tall.
you
I gotta
out,
jump
yeah,
up and,
but it's
and
fine.
clock him.
It's fine.
So Super Bowl's coming up. The whole reason I wanted to have you guys on is because Super Bowl wings all makes very perfect sense. But let's forget wings for a second. I hate to say this, but let's pretend they don't exist.
All right.
my life just got very sad.
Let's pretend you're having a Super Bowl party. What besides wings? What are you guys looking forward to at the Super Bowl party? What are your go-to Super Bowl snacks? Say you had to pick your favorite two. What would you say? I'm giving you this and I'm giving you that. What's it going to be?
This guy, he'll do something crazy.
You got to go first because I got like 50 things in my head right now.
No,
I mean, you want me to make it personally, or do you want me to describe it in detail?
No, whether you're making it or someone's serving it. You can only have two things for your Super Bowl. What are your two favorite snacks at the Super Bowl other than wings?
You know, when it really
Don't say
comes
bagel
down-
bites. Go.
God damn it.
You love bagel bites?
I really, honestly, it's funny. It blows my mind that chicken wings are like the big Super Bowl thing. I don't really care you know what? On Sundays, all season, I'm a Jets fan. Poor little old me. My Sundays look like this. I have a theater in my home where no one goes in it but me, and it's ridiculous. And I sit in there with my dogs, and I watch football from 1 o'clock every Sunday until 10 o'clock every Sunday. I don't eat. I don't get up unless I have to go to the bathroom.
Jeez.
I don't
So
equate
are you-
football with eating.
Are you alone by design or just nobody wants to come
No,
over
I've got a
because
wife
nobody
and
likes the
daughters
Jets?
who hate sports.
Oh, gotcha.
That's his him time.
Oh,
Yeah,
so
no
that's
one
your
likes
man
sports.
room. Gotcha.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Yeah, so nobody likes sports in my house except me. So but football, I'm a knucklehead and I want to watch. So I don't care what you're serving at your Super Bowl party. Frankly, I don't even understand the ordering wings, all this takeout wings. I don't like takeout wings. Takeout wings get soggy.
Yeah, they don't deliver
I only
well.
want them straight out of the kitchen, and if I'm having them at home, I'm making them myself. At
It's
home.
crazy what a phenomenon it's really become.
I know it
Every
is.
restaurant that makes wings on Super Bowl Sunday,
they're sold out
jam packed.
They have waiting
it's
lists.
sick.
And
Yeah.
like your pre-order.
Yeah.
You pick your time that you're picking it
Yep.
up.
Yep.
And
It's
they'll,
crazy.
they'll cancel out and say, nope, you can't pick them up.
I respect people that want to eat wings during the games. I want to pay attention to the games. I'll sit in a private box and there'll be all these people wanting to talk to me, like at a real sporting event. I don't want to talk to you during sports. I want to watch the game. And I want to
I'm on
see
the reverse
every
of that.
play. I don't want to miss
I don't
anything.
watch too many sports.
Don't
I'm
talk
not a
to
big.
me.
I watch the Super Bowl. The funny thing is, I'm actually as a chef, I love food. Can't not love food.
So what do you
look
cook?
here? Look at me.
I am not a
It's-
chef. Also, love food.
But it's like I go to a Super Bowl party and I'm looking forward to what that table's got on it. I mean, Obviously, wings. I'm for wings. Now, not boneless, but tenders. I love buffalo tenders. It's delicious.
Tendies are good.
Now, I don't want the dips. I do want to see like a good, like not a salsa, but like a fresh pico de gallo, and like a nachos, some nachos.
Nachos are good.
But they got to be good. They got to be layered.
Right.
I want the jalapenos. I want the cheddar. I want the liquid
and
cheese
evenly
too.
cooked. You
Yep.
don't want that shit cold in
And
the
I
middle.
want like shredded like Southwest chicken on there. I want some like chili and beef. I mean, I want it to where the point in the middle nachos are a little soggy and you need a fork to get in there.
Right, because it's not holding
And
together
I
anymore.
love the rule. If they're all stuck together, that's one nacho. Okay?
Right.
Like you see those things nowadays, a lot of restaurants, it's called the trash can nachos. They literally take a number 10 can, put it down like on a sheet pan, chips in it, toppings, chili, cheese, more chips, toppings, chili, cheese. And they bake that in the oven like that, and then they take it out and lift it off. It's just a cylinder of
You're going to do that,
deliciousness.
aren't you?
By the way,
I'm going to do that.
by the way, they have a wing like that at the Dewdrop.
Yep, nacho wings, so good.
No
they take
shit.
chips, cheese, jalapenos, pico de gallo, guacamole. They bake it in the oven on top of nachos, and they give you salsa and everything on the side. So you have wings and nachos to eat at the same time. Fucking
Those guys
I
are
want,
out
I
of the
want
box.
to go there.
I love nachos. I love nachos.
Love nachos.
Taco loaded tots. That's a good one. I turned Kirk on last year to Hokey Pokeys. You guys know what a Hokey Pokey is? My wife turned me on to
I
those.
never learned
a
about
couple
that in
years ago.
college.
The Hokey Pokeys are solid.
The Hokey, it's a mini bagel with Jimmy Dean's minced sausage
Okay.
and Velveeta cheese mixed in, and then baked after you. Holy
Hokey pokey.
Hokey
balls.
Pokey. Yeah, they were life changing.
Holy
I'll be
balls.
damn.
Yep.
Holy balls. So you're a Jets fan, you?
Giants fan.
Okay, that's all right.
Oof.
He's a scumbag Patriot fan.
Well, whatever.
I'm leaving.
I hate the Jets too because I'm a Dolphin fan.
All right.
But I don't hate the Jets as you hate.
Yeah.
I don't hate the Patriots too much anymore because they're not good anymore.
I thought you said the Dolphins were winning the Super Bowl this year.
I said they're going to win a
Vehemently, you
Super Bowl.
said
I don't
that.
think I said what year.
I've got so many friends that are Dolphins fans, and it's funny. It's like I never hated on them because it's like the Dolphins were never really the Dolphins and the Jets. They
Or
kinda-
like an afterthought.
No, the Dolphins and Jets, honestly, they beat each other up. Usually they
Right.
split every year, and it's not. I don't call them a rival at all. Now the Patriots, I hate. Yeah. I mean, I'm sitting here and. I love the conversations about Bill Belichick, the greatest coach of all time. Bill Belichick sucks. I would punch him in the face if he was sitting in here right now. Bill, if you're watching right now, come on.
Let's go, Bill.
Bill Belichick is a losing coach without Brady. Losing record
He
without
feels about
Brady.
Bill Belichick the same way I feel about John Bon Jovi, and I fucking
If
love it.
I was the coach of the Patriots, would I be the greatest coach of all time? No, but I would have won all those same fucking Super
Probably
Bowls with
would've.
Tom Brady.
Probably would have.
And not to get on a crazy football rant, but I think what we're learning is there's a reason he didn't get a job after leaving the Patriots. People know that's not fucking him. Don't get me wrong; he's got a good scheme, he's got a good system, but unless you give him the players,
Plus, he can't let go of that old school mentality. He's
Right.
got you got to evolve with these.
it's like
newer
saying
players.
Phil Jackson created the triangle offense and it's the best thing.
Yeah,
no,
whatever.
you had fucking Michael
me a
Jordan,
break.
then you had Shaq,
The
then you had
coach-
Kobe. Fuck
Look,
outta
there's
here.
great coaches, but coaches get a little bit too much credit when you have an athlete who carries you every time. Andy Reid, great coach, couldn't win anywhere else.
Yeah,
How come?
exactly.
Right.
Well, because he didn't have Mahomes before.
Yep.
Right.
It's just the way it is, and it's good luck, or maybe you get bad luck and you're coaching the Jets.
That being oh my God, you just made me laugh and burp at the same time. I don't even know how that happened.
Nice, we do that. We do that frequently.
I want to
Call
make
that
an
a lurk.
Achilles tendon joke, but I don't want to offend anybody.
Jeez.
Aaron Rodgers, he went off the fucking deep end.
Did you see the slow mo on that thing when that thing popped?
Oh, that was insane.
That was horrific, man. That was horrific.
They say that's like the most painful thing in the world to go through. I pray.
I feel like I'd rather.
That's why I don't
break my
exert
leg.
myself. Everybody's like, why don't you exercise? I'm like,
Why don't you walk around or something?
fucking
I
what
can
are you
relate
for?
to that. That hurt. That hurt.
So, I have a list of questions that I ask every guest that are kind of on-wing related.
All right.
But we'll get to those in a second. I want Super Bowl predictions from everybody in the room. Kirk, we'll start with you.
I'm going to take the Niners, and I'm going to say it's going to be marginally close for most of the game. Fourth quarter, Niners score a couple. It's going to end up being something like 28-17. McCaffrey gets 2 tutties.
You're saying 49ers, huh? All right.
They won't bother us.
Giving us fantasy stats on top of it.
28-17.
He doesn't have much to go on in life. He's just 28-17 Niners.
Niners, thank you.
Fuck,
Yeah.
you think I wasn't listening?
Tommy.
I'm going 27-23 Chiefs.
Are you taking the Chiefs?
Yeah.
That's good. That's a good guess.
That's realistic, I think.
You know, with all the stuff I've been seeing about football and the Super Bowl right now, I think Taylor Swift's going to win.
I wish I thought of that.
I think she's already won.
She's going to win.
I'd like to take Taylor Swift in the spread, please.
When she has enough money to buy both teams and just don't have the game, I mean, she's already won.
Oh my word!
What do you got, buddy? We're just picking Taylor. I'm putting Taylor. So that means if Kelsey does ask her to marry him at the end of the game, he wins.
Yeah.
And I think Kelsey's going to retire after this game either way.
No shit.
Oh man, I think he's going
Well,
to
if he
break.
ends up
He's going to
marrying
break
Taylor
up with her,
Swift, he
and
doesn't
she's going
need
to come
to
out with
play
his
anymore.
Exact
Exactly.
album.
He's all set.
That's her MO.
He's
Right,
all set.
yeah, he needs to break
You
her
ready for
heart,
this
make
score?
her some money.
I'm ready. You thinking blowout? I thought someone would call a blowout.
42, 27, KC.
42-27 on San Fran's defense? Mm-hmm. That's ambitious. Mm-hmm.
Here's one thing you don't do. You underestimate great players in big games. You can't do it.
Who's the great player?
Do you see the way the Kansas City Chiefs offense has been playing?
Don't fucking talk
You
to
see
me
how
about
these
that guy.
Patriots fans are?
Fuck that guy.
You know what? You
Where's
judge
Tom
games-
Brady home kissing his son on the mouth?
When I look at games, I look at home team gets a certain amount of points. Best quarterback, best coach, those things factor huge into it. Obviously, there's no home team here. Experience is huge in spots like this. Yeah, San Fran has the chip on their shoulder because Casey beat them last time in the Super Bowl, but Brock Purdy against Mahomes, man. Mahomes is like he's the GOAT right now.
I agree with that, but I think San Fran's defense is going to be the difference maker.
They're
going to rattle
look
him.
that good against Detroit.
No, they did not. That's true. He's making a valid point.
And let me tell you something.
He's making a valid point.
Detroit doesn't go for those 2 4 downs and takes those 2 field goals. They win by 3.
And they
But
were
that's-
in San Fran.
Yep.
But that's his MO. All right, gentlemen. Before we ended up the show, and again, I can't appreciate you guys enough. You answered me within minutes. Sounds awesome. Let's do it. I can't appreciate you enough for that. So I have these questions that I ask, and they're a little off the beaten path, but they mean something to me. So we're going to start off with an easy one, I hope. Guns N' Roses or Bon Jovi?
Guns N' Roses.
Same.
All the way. Was never a big Bon Jovi fan. There are a couple songs I like, but Guns N' Roses.
Okay.
All right.
Both of them had the right answer.
Chalk that one up.
Oh, look at that.
I fucking hate
Now
that.
Guns N' Roses. Nowadays, you heard him. He's going. His vocals are now.
Stop it. Stop it.
Have you seen that,
But
dude?
no,
Don't you
Hang on, here's the thing. When
a
I
long
when I
time
was
ago.
growing up and I was young, when I was probably about maybe 10 or 11 years old, and I had my cassette player, my uncle gave me and my brother his Guns N' Roses cassette, and we used to blare that thing in our rooms.
That sounds
all
like
the
a great
time.
uncle.
Yeah.
I was an 80s kid, too. The 90s, I didn't really give that much of a shit, but I always did like Guns N' Roses a lot.
Amen. And both of you made
Dude,
wives.
those vocals were insane.
He's the best. He's the top 3 rock stars of all time. The Stones or the Beatles?
Stones.
Thank God.
Stones.
They just redeemed
Clean
themselves.
Oh, fucking room for Bon Jovi.
I don't classify the Beatles as like a rock group, in my opinion. They did pave the way for a lot of bands.
Right.
I got to give them that credit. But no, it's Stones.
Yeah, good songwriters, terrible musicians. Stones at least were good musicians, I think.
And great songwriters. Those are some of
Both.
the greatest songs
Yeah,
of all fucking
both.
time, man.
Yep.
Are you kidding me?
Yep.
Puerto Rican Girls is Dying to Meet You. Who writes that?
I got a friend who would actually literally want to kill me right now because she's both the Beatles and
Well, the Rolling Stones lived.
Hey, Wing Addicts. What's going on, Chappelle?
You guys believe in aliens, ghosts, Bigfoot, stuff like that?
I do.
Do you?
I've actually seen Bigfoot.
Wait.
I'm
Now,
not-
last
I'm
guest,
not even
Jordan
lying.
Marie believed in Bigfoot, but she didn't say she's ever seen
But
him.
she did say she believed in ghosts, and she saw a ghost, and she had a pretty weird story. Which
So what's your?
That's-
I want to know
have
your
a weird
Bigfoot
story. If you really want to hear it, I'll try to make it short.
Go ahead.
Please get in there.
I
Go ahead.
was we had a club when I was living in Appalachian, New York, and we, I must have been 12, and we had different things we had to do to earn points, and one of them was you had to take the BB gun out in the woods, and you had to come back with some kind of a critter, a squirrel, whatever you could get, And I feel horrible
Sounds
about that.
great already.
Because when I run over a squirrel with my car right now, it ruins my week. But back then, you're a kid, you got buddies, you got to do something. So I went up to the end of my street. There was a huge like a woods area where you go through, and then there was a trail where we used to go sled riding, and there was no houses around. It was all out in the open, and at the top of there was a hill. And that was where we'd go up to sled ride down normally. So I'm at the bottom of the hill, and I'm looking up the hill, and I'm carrying this 10-pump Crossman BB gun, and I'm walking at the bottom of the hill, and at the top of the hill, somebody's up there, standing there, and that's bizarre because why would there somebody be standing? And it was summer though, and it looked like a guy in an all black snowsuit or something, and I'm looking at it, and I remember just going, "That's weird. What is that?" And it stopped, and it was standing there looking at me. Whatever it was, I still to this day don't know what it was. Standing there looking at me, and I was like,
Did you pop one off?
and I aimed the gun thinking if it was a person, he'd be scared, and I was about to shoot him.
What?
And the guy didn't move. And so I went, I mean, I don't know if I could fire that far or whatever, and it gave it one of these. Turned and walked into the woods.
Jesus.
I don't know what it was. And so then what did I do? I turned around and ran as fast as I could to my house and got my guys, and we went back searching for the thing and looking for any kind of clues. I never saw anything. I don't know what it was.
Probably a homeless guy who lived in
I
a
don't
cave.
know. But no, there's no way. Where I was, you'd have to know exactly where we were. In Appalachian, New York, there was some woods. There was no way that could have been a...
And listen, if Bigfoot's going to be anywhere, what better place? That
Yeah.
sounds like
that's-
where he would
that's-
be.
That's deep bush, so that's
That's
fucking,
deep bush.
I think it was. And the only other thing that ever happened in Appalachian was there was a mob, the biggest mob bust in history was back in like the 60s, where they were up in Appalachian and all the mob bosses were there, and the FBI came in and raided them, and they were all running through the fields and everything. Maybe it was one of those guys.
That's right. They had the five. The five families always have the sit downs up in the hills, so thinking
right.
the cops wouldn't
It's
go
right
up
there.
At least that's what I heard. How about you?
I definitely got to believe in aliens. Bigfoot, it's whatever. I mean, it could just be some kind of like, some people have seen it. I've seen photos. It looks just like a big upstanding grizzly bear. But like aliens, because I got to believe that if the whole factor of like, whatever flat earthers bullshit believe, if there is that we are in this huge solar system, galaxy, and everything, we cannot be the only thing
That's
out there
true.
in the world.
Yeah.
Now, do you see that weird thing that
That's
happened
true.
in like Florida where they shut down the mall because there were these like 7-8 foot tall black figures? So they called in like 100 police officers. It's the weirdest thing
Two
ever.
things about that, though. One, it's fucking Florida.
True. That was where someone got
the
high on bath
It's
salts
the
and
meth
hit someone's
capital of
face.
the world. And two, I think the government does shit like this now just so that everybody will forget that Joe Biden's wearing diapers.
True.
That's just me.
That was my thought exactly when I was like, they're doing anything
Right.
to deter from something stupid
Right.
that happened.
They want to make
And-
sure that people forget that the President of the United States just told us that he talked to somebody who died 6 years ago. But that's fine. But we don't talk politics
Well,
on
he
this show.
openly, and I forgot which one it was, but it like the way he just rambles is so idiotic.
I've said it a million times on the show. And
Did
again,
you ever-
we don't
Rambling
talk
Joe
politics.
Biden.
We're not going to talk politics.
His wife should be arrested for elder abuse, and anybody else involved in that should be arrested for elder abuse.
You guys, how old are you guys?
I'll be 28. No, I'll be 47 this year.
And I know how old you are. You graduated
I'll be
in 88.
54 in March.
71.
Do you remember the Bad News Bears?
Yeah.
Do you remember the
course.
second Bad News Bears?
Yes.
Where they had to go, I think they were going to,
Tokyo?
no, they were going to Houston or whatever.
Yeah.
They're let them play.
Yes, let them play. Yeah,
Remember
yeah, yeah,
that? Now,
yeah.
do you remember the coach bailed on them, and they were just going to go without the coach? Kerry Leak was going to take the
Yeah.
guys without the coach.
Kelly Lee.
Kelly
Kelly
Lee, that's
Leak.
right.
And then
The pitcher.
who was the kid? Carmine Ronzani, the pitcher
Yeah,
that
yeah.
threw the
Yeah.
curveball. So the two of those guys got together. They couldn't go. They needed a chaperone. So they found that old guy, the groundskeeper, who was a dope.
That might be
And
the
they
best
invited
one.
him over to meet all the parents that were dropping off their kids, and he was just supposed to say, "Hi, how are you today?
Yes.
Hi, how are you today?"
That's
So if you can find a clip of that anywhere, that's exactly what's going on at the White House.
Yo.
It's
you
exactly.
laugh. That's how I'm spending my day tomorrow. I'm
Oh
making
my
a new
God.
meme.
Oh, Bad News
That's
Bears was a
fucking
great movie.
fantastic. Last question in this. You have pretend there's a table. There's 4 chairs. One of them is you, and I'm going to take family members and loved ones
I
out
am
of
a
it. 'cause-
chair?
No, I'm going to take the family and loved ones out of it because I don't want to put any pressure on anybody. But if you're sitting in one of the chairs, that means there's 3 available chairs to have a dinner. 3 people, dead or alive, that you can invite and have dinner with you. And again, keep your family and loved ones out of it because we know that's automatic. What 3 people would you like to have a nice dinner with, dead or alive?
Man, it gets deep here at Live with
No
Johnny.
family, no family or loved ones.
My three were like
It's
fucking
easy for me.
Snuffleupagus, you know,
Big Bird.
Big Bird. Oscar the Grouch is what his nickname is.
For me, it's a piece of cake. I don't even barely have to think about it. And one of them is still alive, too, so it would be cool. It would be, well, you know what? I can have three.
Yep.
Babe Ruth,
Nice.
Joe DiMaggio, Muhammad Ali.
So you're a Yankee fan.
No, I'm a Mets fan.
Fuck, I'm gonna kiss him on the roof of his mouth.
On the roof. Ooh.
On the roof.
That's the
I was going to
sweet
invite
spot.
Joe Namath, too, but he's alive, and you know what? He'd show up drunk.
He'd try to kiss you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Susie
For
Colbert.
me,
That's funny. You remember her name right off the
Thank
bat.
you.
Susie.
I definitely have to go with Anthony Bourdain,
I kiss you right
Thank you.
just because, like, as a culinary man, I would have loved to have met him
Show him the candle.
and
Show him the
everything he's
candle.
gone through.
Show him the candle. There you go.
So Anthony Bourdain,
Great guy.
two others.
Jeffrey Epstein.
Never go. I'm not doing that again.
This is a tough one.
Harvey Weinstein.
After those first
Hey,
7 trips
hey.
to that island, I'm never going back.
Connections are important.
So I'd probably say Anthony Bourdain, Johnny Depp, just 'cause he's my all-time favorite actor.
That's a good one. I like Johnny Depp. I'd eat with him.
Third one. Wow, can't really think of one. Drawing a blank here.
There's no wrong answer unless it's
Johnny
John
Depp.
Bon Jovi. Or Bill Belichick. We fuck that dude too. Fuck. Lay your hands on me. I'd like to, Bon Jovi. I'd fucking love to lay my hands on you, bro.
God, I can't think of a third one.
Say me.
Sure, Tommy.
There. Perfect. I love that.
But yeah, no, it definitely Anthony Bourdain and Johnny Depp, just because they'd be my.
You would probably have your hands full with just the two of them.
How about
I-
Julia
God.
Child?
Julia Child would be cool.
That's not a bad one.
Gordon Ramsay would be a good one too.
Gordon Ramsay would be good.
Just
you
thinking
still
because
can eat with him.
here's the thing. Now, if
He
we're
said
having,
Epstein.
if we're
I thought
having
he
a
already
meal,
meant Child.
if I put both of them at a table,
Epstein
I'm having the
from
best
Welcome Back,
meal
Kotter.
of
That's
my
true.
life. It wouldn't even just have a meal.
Stephen,
To be able
welcome
to
back, Kotter.
cook side by side
Yeah.
with the two of them,
Yep.
You guys
I
talked
agree.
right over that, but Tommy had a good one.
and then just have
He
Johnny
said
Depp there
Epstein
dressed
from
as Jack
Welcome Back,
Sparrow,
Kotter.
Yep.
drinking the rum,
The mead.
Before
or
I-
put Amber Heard at the table just to have a.
you watch out though, she might shit on
She
the
makes
table.
poopies.
She likes the
habaneros.
dookie. Remember, because you said it looked like poop about an hour ago. Grown men still making poopy jokes. It's better than us.
It's always funny.
Before I wrap it up, and I make one request, tell everybody where they can find you guys. What's the best way? Where we going next? Or what do we got going on?
this
Give
is-
them a quick 1-minute rundown.
This is going to be the best year of all time. We've got wingaddicts.com is where you can find all our stuff. We're on all the socials, and but what's exciting right now is this year we're creating. We got invited a couple years ago out to, there's a thing called the Buffalo Wing Trail, which has all the best spots in Buffalo, and it's a trail, and you can check them off and keep score,
Yeah.
the whole thing. So we created the Connecticut Wing Trail a couple of years
Which
ago,
I love.
and so here's what we did now, and we're about to launch it. We haven't launched it yet. No one's seen it. I created 36 new wing trails all over the country.
Holy shit.
Banging.
Oh, shit.
That's breaking news here,
Where,
folks. Live
where
with
do
Johnny.
you see it? Wherever
It's
your
insane.
favorite place is to go, we've got a wing trail there with bios of the places, menus, and the whole thing, and what you need to have there. And
I was just in Salt Lake City. I could have
Legit.
used that. Because I was lost. I had like no idea.
yeah, the Wing Addicts app is a great tool too.
I
when
saw
you're
that you
into it.
guys got an app. It looks slick, man.
Yeah, and the Wing Addicts app. If you're watching this, go on the Wing Addicts app and use it. And when you're at a place, review the wings there yourself. Like all you Tux Tavern lovers, take a picture of their wings and give it a write up in there. More love.
It's like
all
a
the time.
crowdsourcing
gives it more love.
wings. Yeah.
I don't know why I
Yeah,
never
it's
thought of that.
And
Every
it
time I'm down there and
automatically,
love with
wherever
those
you
wings. I'm
are,
going to do
will
that
tell
next
you
time.
where wings are.
Wherever
Right.
you are.
Right.
And you can read about You know what? When you're in a town and you don't know where you are, and you feel like today, this happened to me. I was in Essex today. We went to the train museum or whatever over there, and I'm sitting there going, Essex. I never come out this way. We had been to a place called Blackjack's. It went out of business. I know that Rabbit Hole is down the street in Old Saybrook, but Essex, what's right here that I don't have to go far for? And I pulled out the app and I said, somebody had gone in there and made a review for a place called the Scotch Plains Tavern. And I said, bang, let's hit it.
We went for a ride on that train and we ate at Scotch Plains Tavern.
I
It
was
was
there
good.
today. I was
It
there
was
today.
good.
Yeah.
Holy shit, that's
So,
crazy.
So the app is helpful even to me when
Nice.
I know
So now
it.
I have 2 requests. All right. first of all, you heard the gentleman. Go to wingaddicts.com. Make sure you guys go there because I'll be sitting home and you see it and all the shit that all the wings are putting up there and shit.
Jesus Christ! Thank you.
It's fucking delicious. Now I have 2 requests. One, I'm gonna do the Wing Addicts Trail here in Connecticut, and then I'm gonna grade them all, and then you guys are gonna come back on and we're gonna talk about.
Oh, so you're gonna follow along
Yeah.
and then give it your own. I like that.
Yeah.
6 in Connecticut right now.
Well, we have 6 different wing trails in Connecticut.
Well, I'm
we're
gonna do the
trimming
one
it
that-
down to 3.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the one that I just saw. That's like our area where I
Right.
live
Down the
and
valley.
We're,
Yeah.
we're
We're
Central
adjusting it.
Trail
We're
is, in
adjusting
my
it.
opinion, one of has some of those because that's where you got Groggy Frog.
Right.
Groggy Frog. I'm actually at the luxury. I live right down the street.
Groggy
from
Frog wings are amazing.
So good.
J. Timothy's.
I like J. Timothy's, but their wings are good, but it's not a place I'm going to go to for wings
Right.
because
Agreed.
they also got some great
paid
sandwiches.
Their
sponsorships,
food is
ladies and
good.
gentlemen.
Sorry, I had to
I'm
ask.
kidding.
I love that place.
Speaking of paid sponsorships, Tux is a great sponsor of Live with Johnny. If you guys ever go back there for a redo or a triple do, because I know you already did a redo, I'd like to be a guest star because I love to eat the wings. But
Go
guys,
anywhere to eat wings.
We love
I cannot thank you guys enough for coming in tonight.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for being here. I tried once before to get you guys on. We couldn't make it happen a couple of years ago. And then this time, I literally sent the message, and within minutes, Tommy got right back to me and said, that's awesome.
I actually saw the tag for the TikTok account pop up, and I go, "Hey, did you set up something with a podcast?" He goes, "Oh yeah, yeah, set that up." He goes, "Yeah, we're gonna be doing that." I was like,
That's
Cool.
my move. That's my move. Bold move. I just get you.
He's
I'm
like,
now you got to do it. I told
"He's like,
people
how do
you're
you
doing
know about that?" I go, "They tagged us in the video on
Yeah.
TikTok."
Do we get to taste these?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, this one is buffalo sauce. I actually have another one. So
it. I'm
I
not
can
fucking
give you
tasting
another
that one.
This one's called the 7 Circles of Hell.
How hot is that?
Taste it on camera.
It's not that hot.
Oh, I'll taste that on camera, but I'm not tasting that on
It's not that
camera.
hot. Put a little bit in your.
You
in
need
your
a
spoon. Here,
blow
you're
shorts
doing
in the
it.
jaws of life to open this.
You gotta cut
I was
that.
chewing on it. I couldn't get that stuff out. How'd you get that on there like that?
Dude, you went right in on that 7 deaths of Circle Hell or whatever the fuck it is.
He went past the first
Oh!
6.
Let me see. I'll do it with you. I'm doing it with you.
He rolled right past the first 6
hot.
circles.
You guys can't see his
That's
face,
hot.
but holy shit.
That's really good, man.
How bad? Scale 1 to 10. How hot is it?
For me, that's good. Yeah,
No!
Do it.
Nope.
Just do a
Do
little
it.
drop.
Give me a little bit.
I'll take a little more too.
Like Paris Hilton says.
No.
That's hot.
Give Johnny a drop.
Don't give me that much, bro.
Turn it around. Be a man.
Good, done. Done?
Nope.
Motherless fuckers.
That's not your guy's brain. Oh, that's the.
That's when we had at the.
I'm
Yeah.
watching him go. And
It's fucking hot, dude.
That's
I
the
do
one
it?
we had at the
Do
show.
it.
We had that on a wing. We had a whole wing with that on there.
Oh yeah.
And
Feel the burn,
what is
baby.
the matter with you guys?
Dude, it's.
What the
But it's like a smoky kind of like.
I don't
slow.
do. Bro, I get mild salsa. I got to take a
It's-
break.
You want me to tell you something?
Trinidad Scorpions, Carolina Reapers,
Yep.
Chipotle peppers, and then it says, and whatever ungodly hot peppers I could find.
You want to know something interesting, Johnny? While you're sweating that out?
You're an EMT
I
and
know
about to
roughly-
save
I got
my
a
life.
knife right
That'd be
here if you wanna cut
interesting.
that
So
one.
Is this your wing sauce?
I make that at home. I don't sell it. I
Can you
just
hurry
make
up and
it as
open
a
it,
hobby.
please? I could use a little.
But eventually, I want to have a flavor and a recipe for when I am.
That's awesome. Let me tell you what you're all experiencing right now. There's a sensor
Is it death?
on your tongue.
That shit is good, dude.
There's a sensor on your tongue that tells your brain that you are on fire right now.
You're burning.
They
Right, you're
think
burning.
Your brain
Yes.
thinks you're on fire, and it is releasing certain things to help save you. It's going to make you. It's going to build up your mucus, and it's going to make your nose run a little bit. It's going to, the drooling thing starts to happen.
Yeah, it's
And-
happening right now, sir.
But here's the thing: it's not true. It's not really hot. It's your brain is tricked.
Right. Right. It's a chemical.
And here's what, and it's
Oh, that is.
there's the same sensor in your
My
stomach.
penis just turned into a vagina. He says it's not hot.
Don't touch that.
Go on. He's giving us science. Let him go.
This has
Science.
butter. This has butter in it.
Yeah,
I can
of
taste
butter.
the butter in
I'll
that.
pull you up.
Dude, it's really good.
So what's interesting is while you think you're dying, it also is elevating your heart rate, giving you endorphins and dopamine, and your blood circulation is
That's
getting
fucking
better.
amazing.
This is actually healthy for you.
Got a
This
couple
is,
naked wings
it's
for you
good
to
for you.
try
If you
that.
took a
I've
spoon
read
of
that.
that every day, you're
I've
gonna
read
live
that. It
longer.
releases like endorphins and stuff.
I didn't say it was going to bring the heat away.
Can I buy these off you?
You could have them.
That's for yours, and you guys can have that one.
Okay, can I have it? Because I want my daughter to try this because she's like an
I just want to
aficionado.
then definitely get a shout out.
Yeah, do it.
This is from Angry Uncle Mike's hot sauce.
Unbelievably
Where are
good.
they from?
He's in near Wappingers Falls, New York.
And the funny is they came in second place
That's
at
second
the
place.
Hudson Valley Wing Festival. First place with Euthanasia. That one I think
fucking-
is a reason
I'm
why I
fucking
can
sweating.
drink this right now without any issues because both their sauces killed my heat receptors on my tongue.
No shit. This
Fucking
is,
talking like
Isn't that
this.
awesome?
That's normal thing.
dude. This is really good too.
That's
That
very
is-
tasty, but
That'll be on shelves one of these days.
That's one of the best. It might be the best wings. So I don't even need wings
It's
with that.
It's thick.
We
You
brought
can put
some.
it in the fridge. It'll get thicker. Yeah, I got some wing sheets. You can put it on. Come on, man. I'm not going to give you the sauce to taste and like hold your hand with it. I'm going to give you the proper eating utensil.
all right, I gotta wrap this up. You fucking lunatics.
Oh my god,
Burn, baby,
I
burn.
thought this was a marathon. I thought we were
That
going
was-
on all night.
You want some more?
that is both of those were holy shit, really
Yeah,
good.
this like he gave me this, and I can't wait to actually put this on a wing and eat it on camera.
That's why and like, dude, I'd put this on like an egg sandwich or something. That would be good on anything. It's got a
yeah.
great profile.
Yeah, it's gonna be in my
I
fucking
make my own
obituary.
other hot sauce. I do fermented hot sauces as well as like a hobby, just to also, you know, kind of like as a chef, just to prepare for once
Somebody
we're big
said,
enough,
"Get John a
bottle them
tomato."
and have them out there.
Fermented, I've heard is
Christ, man.
so
Look
I
at
do
them. They're
fermented
all
habanero with
talking,
garlic
laughing,
and
having a good
carrots.
old time. I'm fucking
Insane.
over
Even
here
as Tommy,
dying.
Tommy's had every single bottle of hot sauce I've ever made. He goes through them in a week.
I
He goes,
can't
"You
see
want more?"
my face on the screen, but I guarantee I look like I'm fucking.
fucking
And
right.
you feel the warmth in your chest from it. Like
I got it, man. Right now, it's so fucking
Nobody's
good.
broken into a flop sweat yet, so I guess there's still room to.
I'm sitting
eat
in
more.
ball soup
I will
over
say
here.
this though, from what they had at the contest, just so he really wanted to put it up there, he made the one he had the thing hotter than that.
This is that is, dude. You handled this better than
That's
the Death
flavor.
Nut.
It's so
I'm handling it
flavorful.
because
It's
we
the
have
fla-
people
it's
in the
not
room and
just
I'm trying to
heat.
be a man. Trying to act like a man. The internet's watching. We got guests over.
Cry
If they
on the-
weren't
cry
here,
on the
bro.
inside.
This
If
might
we
go
were logged
viral.
off right now, might go viral. I might go fucking dead.
You wanted to go viral? Give me this back. I'll drink the whole thing. Right now.
Wing Addicts. Wing Addicts, thank you so much for coming on this evening. They will be back on because I'm going to do that wing trail if I survive tonight. If I live the... Look at me.
We'll
Yeah,
bring
look
some
at-
more
look at
hot
the gleam
sauce
of
next
sweat
time.
right there. Anyway, we end the show the same way we end the show every single episode. 3 most important words in English language are how are you? Text somebody, call somebody, email them, whatever it is you communicate. Somebody's not reaching out. Everybody can always use it. How are you? You might save their day, you might save their week, you might save their life. So take care of each other, look out for each other. I got a new way to end the show as well after that. 6 Marines lost their life this week, and to those Marines and to their families, very sorry. As a father of a kid who's in the service himself, that bothered me a little bit today because that's got to be the most horrible thing in the world. So to all of our servicemen and women, thank you for everything you do.
Thank you.
We appreciate all of you. God bless America. Bright Eyes, I'm coming home. I'm going to be fucking on fire. Wing Addicts, I love you. We love all of you. Thank you. We will see you next week.
Thanks for having us, brother. That was awesome.